Show. My name is Wahiga Mwaura. When you see me, you see sports, and it's a Sports Monday. Now, the big buzzword of the weekend was the hashtag Safari Sevens, and yesterday on Sunday Live, we promised you that we'd have Benjamin Ayimba and part of the Kenya team that came this close to bringing us the title, Raburu.
This close.
This, like
even to
1 point.
1 point.
That was all we needed. But they're here today. We'll be asking them the easy questions and the tough questions as well. And I want to introduce them to you right now. To the furthest, we have Andrew Amonde with the T-shirt "Excuses Suck." And we'll be asking him what's the excuse about yesterday in the center, a man who needs little or no introduction, Benjamin Ayimba. Glad to have you in studio today.
Yes, there you go.
And of course, Frank Wanyama also put up a very good performance this weekend. Well done, and welcome to the Power Breakfast Show.
Thanks.
Before we, my wannabe.
And of course, Willis
the wannabe rugby player.
Willis. Actually, I'm the odd one out here. Clearly, you should be over there up with the bench. And the white side. Kabla tuingie mambo za rugby. Jana kulikuwa kubaya on the other end. So I want to ask each of our guests here today, Man U or Arsenal? Which team were they supporting? Even if they didn't get a chance to catch that match. Tuanze na Andrew.
I'm a good fan of Arsenal. I remember my brother gave me news after we've lost Safari Sevens.
Yes.
I remember he sent me a text telling me, sorry you lost that game closely, but something to cheer you up, we won.
How did you feel?
I felt something close to my heart. I felt warm, like, finally, Arsenal are winning.
And finally, it's good to notice the one decision finally. Yes, declared himself. Benja, tunataka kujua.
I'm a lousy football fan. I only support Gor Mahia. So if God is not playing, I'm not bothered about it. So
yesterday's result had nothing for you?
No, nothing, totally.
Okay. Frank?
Arsenal all the way. Come rain, come sunshine. Yeah.
And this interview ends.
Good. Willis Raburu.
Yes.
Your take on yesterday's action?
All I saw was Sanchez. However, I still maintain successful people look like Manchester United because the trademark of success is rising after you fall.
Oh, yes. Rising after you fall. Yes. Talking about rising after you fall, Benjamin Ayimba.
Yes. 1 point.
Yes, just one.
Made the difference yesterday. Talk to us about the whole tournament and of course that crucial match against Mike Friday.
Yes, for us, it was a pretty good weekend. We had a chance to expose a lot of new talent. There's been almost zero confidence in us as a unit. And of course, there was a lot of Wulabaloo when I came back into coaching. But if you've done it once, you can do it again. We did very well with a young squad, and that was exceptional. In fact, like I said yesterday, it was beyond my expectations as a coach, and the boys played out of their skin. Of course, Frank Wanyama, as you call him, he's three people in one. And of course, Andrew, as the captain, played out of their skins. We exposed a good number of even 8, 19, 20-year-olds, and they showed very good spirit.
Good. We actually have some footage of the final against Samurai International. That will be coming shortly. My director will let me know when that is up. Question is, after the tournament, are you or are you not the Kenya Sevens coach?
That's a big question.
That's the big question everyone's asking.
For as long as I know I'm Kenya coach, permanently. For now.
Okay.
I know there's been a lot going on in the media, but if you realize it's also been one media house. Yeah. If you're very keen to look at what it is, it's just been one media house. Because I don't see you guys reporting because you don't have facts. When you need facts, you usually would call me.
Yes.
Or would call the rugby union and get the facts. This is, I think, a rogue reporter or two who think they can startle the country. There are people just like unstabilizing things. I don't know how they react after yesterday because they actually thought we wouldn't produce.
You crash before you get to the finals.
Yeah, and the boys played exceptionally well, and I think I owe it to them. The fairness with which the team was picked and the effort they gave, they deserve a lot more than people just want to trash.
So now that we are not waiting any confirmation from KRU.
Unless the KRU writes you a media release.
That's what we wait for.
That's what we wait for.
Please wait for that. There's people masquerading out there as the IRFU, and it's very unfortunate that these are Johnny come latelys. These are people who are never there. When you fought for this country for free, they were never there. 20 years ago.
Yes.
Somebody's asking me about my qualifications as a coach. You ought to have been there.
They should have followed you throughout that whole process.
Yeah, and you see, they woke up late, and they have all these stories. They woke up very late, and they came to a party that was already going on. You know, when you come to a party when everybody is at a certain height, you're confused what's going on. How do I disrupt this? How do I get known out of this? But like we said, if you can produce the goods, you can produce them again and again and again
and again. Right. So you're still you're telling Kenyans, I'm the same Ayimba you remember, basically.
I think they saw that yesterday.
So what is Ayimba's focus now?
Ayimba's focus is to grow the younger players, very much so. The older players have really stepped up. And a good example is Andrew. Andrew is the oldest in the team now, but will play until his blood turns to water. And for me, that's a good one. Wanyama just joined us. If you saw him play on the weekend, you wouldn't know he's new in the system. Then we have young players like Alvin, who stepped up to the plate and said, I want to be picked for this team. We have Jeff, for example, or Watch, who played exceptionally well alongside Andrew and Wanyama. And this talent has to be nurtured. So it can't be nurtured with this noise that's going on. So they need a square head like myself. I'll do this regardless of what comes our way.
So there are some people that you left out from the team.
Yes.
What happened Wednesday?
About 9 players that you dropped.
Yes, they're not dropped. And like I said, facts have to be stated. Wahiga, I did not say I've dropped anybody. In fact, the guy who wrote dropped, he was not even there. He was not at the press conference.
Yes.
And I said verbatim that players have been injured. And this I said from the time I was picked. These players you've got to manage because you've got a bigger tournament to look at, which is the qualifiers, Olympic qualifiers. And these players have to be rested. I don't understand where this dropped issue came about. But again, like I said, you see when you come late to a party and you don't know what's going on, you start concocting stories.
I think we've asked Ayimba very many tough questions. Let's hear from Amonde just a little bit about the weekend that was Safari Sevens playing in front of Kenyans. Just walk us through that for you.
Yeah, it was so unfortunate for us to not be able to retain our title. It's something that we worked very hard with a young squad, a squad that proved itself that they can play. It's something that we're still looking forward to work with them because we are going for a bigger tournament, the qualifiers and the RB. This is something that we know as a team. It will take a lot of hard work between the talent and the guys, the experienced guys and the young guys who are coming into the squad. And we are looking forward to working with the guys who have just proven themselves that they can play rugby. Yeah.
It's been a particular tough period for you. Just like Ayimba, you've had your own fair share. As the captain of the Sevens team, you've seen press conferences, people saying things here and there. A tournament that was tough to plan because of a lack of a title sponsor. How's the morale been, and what has been your role as captain to keep motivating the boys? Doesn't matter what's happening out there, what's in the papers, we keep going.
Let me say it has been the hardest 2 weeks to prepare for a tournament because we have just trained for 2 weeks as a team for us to be able to raise the two teams that played in Safari Sevens. We just came in, prepared for the 2 weeks. The boys were able to come in, have their focus, bring their heads into the game, and they were able to play. They played their hearts out, and nobody can fault them for what happened last night. And we can say we can just develop from where we left and be a better team from where we are. Yeah.
Okay. Wanyama, of course, good to have you in studio. You share a surname.
Thank you.
They're not very popular Kenyan.
Another Wanyama.
Does that make a joke sometimes?
A little bit, maybe.
A little bit, maybe. How hard is it to get your name up there with those who've been building their names since the 1990s? Talk to us about that. Lots of young players out there, but they're like, some of these guys, Kinamonde or Mekalia, and we can't break through. But you seem to be, making progress in that.
Maybe I can say playing alongside the experienced players like Andrew, Willie, has been a motivating factor for me to break through into the team. It's with their guidance and with their help, and also with the skills, the skills, and that had to go on and on and on. Yeah, that maybe I can say that's what has motivated me and helped me to break through the team.
What's your focus right now looking forward? You're looking to be part of the Sevens team, you're looking to go on the circuit, just walk us through that.
Right now all our heads are in the qualifiers, I'm working with the master coach, and
Oh, I like that.
Master coach. Evo, that is the way to get in. That is the best way to get picked.
I hope he didn't tell you to call him that or not.
No.
Kingia TV need a master.
The master coach.
I've called him the master coach because I've known him for a while. When he stopped playing and started coaching, that's in 2005. I was in class 5, and to be coached by him, it's I won't take that lightly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I like that. I think we have clips now of some of the action that took place yesterday, Bwana Director. Is that correct? They're coming shortly, because what I wanted Ayimba to commentate that game, just walk us through it, and his thinking as it was happening. I'm sure you went through moments of elation, scored a try, looked like there's hope. Actually, you pulled ahead in the beginning, and then it comes back.
It was them who scored first.
Okay, actually through Ignatius Martin.
They scored twice. The first one was actually on Wanyama's side from the kickoff.
Yes.
I think when I sent in the guys with the word, I asked him to narrow that gap. And from then on, everybody else was riding his line, got some hell. That was good stuff. So he started playing wide.
So he decided that he's not going to allow anyone to go through him again.
Yeah, he was looking at his number fading away.
Talk to me about final against Mike Friday. You know, I tweeted something on Friday.
Yes.
On Friday. Remember?
Friday.
I wish I had that tweet, and I put it up, and I was like,
I saw it as well.
You saw it as well?
Yeah, because you tagged me on it.
I tagged you, I tagged Mike Friday, and I asked, what if these two gentlemen meet?
And he asked afraid, and he put some question marks.
Yes.
Yesterday after this.
Because I know some guys don't want to start beef on social media.
And I'm not good in social media.
Okay.
Mike is much quicker with his fingers and whatever.
I'm told we have the clip. Let's see that even as Ayimba tells us what was happening. There we go.
Oh, that's of course the entry, led by our mercurial captain. I can't see that very clear. Oh yeah, that was, you can see Wanyama struggling to chase the guy down there. And that was his last mistake, I think.
Oh, so that's where Wanyama learned a lesson and quickly picked up.
That was the first minute of the game.
Okay.
It's good to learn early. It's good to learn early. And then you had this was a break made by Augustine, I think. By Biko. Augustine made it fast from the breakdown, and Biko brought it up. This is the second try now. That was the second try.
It was a very tense match. You could tell from the
extremely
the way in which the players were
playing.
But
no, the difference between us and the Samurai, we've trained just 2 weeks, but they come from all over the world, so they haven't had as much, even in the little time, as much time as us, and we had a lot more gas on us, and that was always going to be the difference. You saw when Andrew made the break.
Yes.
And held on. No, this wasn't it. The ball came back this way, Andrew, right?
So if you had an extra 2-3 minutes,
we didn't even need 2 minutes.
You need.
Actually,
what did you need?
The touch judge raised his flag that the ball was not out. Okay, this is the try that Andrew made after
well done on this. Well done on this.
And if you look at Andrew there, he held the whole world except the England team that lost on the weekend. So that was a brilliant one. Yeah, that was a brilliant show.
Well, the fans were on your side despite a few Kenyans on
all the way. All the way. The fans are there. Friday, of course, is revered here, and
yes,
for a very good reason. He brought us back from the abyss, so he deserves it.
So you pay tribute to him?
Yeah, definitely. He's a good coach, and there's no question about that.
Okay.
And he did a lot with the Kenyan boys. The confidence of the team just rose very, very much so from a dip in the season. Now we had a really bad season. We ended up 12th. The guy got us to number 5 in the world. Just for another one to take us back to 13.
You know what I like about you? You don't no punches.
No punches.
Of course, this was you receiving the
yes, the medals.
The medals.
This is a very exciting time. That was me there with Richard. I think we are on for a very exhilarating season.
Okay.
We now comfortably can say we have depth in Kenya, and the younger guys were given a chance. Just put their hands up and said, "Coach, please, I'm here. I want that chance." And I fear for the guys who've been injured because.
And I heard you saying that yesterday. Yes. They might find there's no space for them when they come back.
Yeah. Who am I going to replace Wanyama with now?
As I'm watching that footage, I know Raburu has something to ask. I noticed the stands are not as full as many had.
Yes, we must understand that the wrangles we've had have not helped the game at all. And the team has not been performing well. the fans get tired, and you know some of these fans only are very, very, very new, and rugby is still not the stronghold. It's not still not the sport that it ought to be. And we understand that very well. We've got to perform well to bring guys into the stadium.
So it's who comes first, the chicken or the egg? So you guys perform first.
That's sort of thing. We have to perform first.
Does Andrew feel the same? How did you feel playing in front of, you know, a few years ago you were playing in front of thousands of people. Now yesterday, still, I mean, a good turnout, you know, in spite of the short notice, but not quite what we'd expected.
Yeah, I think the turnout was low, but the fans who came out were very loud. We could feel them from the field.
You could feel them from the field?
Yeah, because we heard them screaming all the way, because they were only pushing us, because we went down 2 tries before we could get our first try, and then we got our second try and we went ahead. They played a very major role to supporting us all the way, beating Zimbabwe even 29-0. It was through their support that we were able to pick ourselves and play very well.
Yeah, but Kirigo is here, but I guess ladies first before
okay. All right, thank you. Morning, gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming. And I just want to hear your thoughts on the Safari Sevens receiving World Cup approval last week. What does that mean for the game? Yeah, rugby. What does that mean for our teams, and what does that mean for our country?
First and foremost, when we get that accreditation, it's been done in the past.
Yes.
This time it was stronger. We're able to invite more quality teams.
Okay.
Yeah, because then they certify that we're able to take care of those teams, which happened very well. And because of that, now when we go into bidding for our World Rugby slot, it is much easier. And that is why, speaking to the fans especially, let's fill the stadium. Let's have a World Rugby series here, because that changes the equation totally. You can imagine, we play in this small crowd within Safari Sevens, and we still are able to produce the Wanyamas of the world. Can you imagine if that stadium is filled? And the Rugby Union now is working hard to see very many detractors as well. The Rugby Union is working on ways on how we can fill the stadium.
The stadiums.
Not necessarily make it cheaper, but not necessarily just fill the stadium, but make sure that all Kenyans are able to access the game live on one-on-one with players.
Do you think it's important to give the fans an experience, and it's just watching and seeing the international rugby circuit and what goes on there?
Yes, that sort of thing exposes us to that. And like I said before, we have to go out this season and play very well. Because once the fans feel happy about their team, they want to come and see them, want to come and interact with them. And they always don't want to see that the stars on TV.
Okay.
Actually, it works really funny.
Okay.
Because when we were filming Nyayo Stadium last time we were there, we had really big stars. Yeah. So guys come to see those stars. In the last 2 years, we've not produced any spark. So this is the beginning of a good thing. We did that. The fans now are warm. Then we go into the circuit. We first qualify for the Olympics, go into the circuit, do a good job, get back onto the top 10, and they'll start feeling warm again.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to ask actually about the stars, as it were, because like you're saying, some of them may be injured and they might come back and not get the slot. What is it? I don't know about how it works for having a star to carry the team, like some sort of more experience and also just that fun attraction.
Yes.
That balance.
Yeah, the balance. It has to be managed well. It happens with us humans that when you're put on a pedestal, there's 2 ways it can go. There's one, you can believe in that hype, and 2, you can know that you're the leader. When you know you're the leader, that's why you have Andrew here, who can stay for another 8 years at Betty's age, because he does not believe in that hype. He believes in being the leader.
Oh, that's an excellent
and performing.
Yeah, so for me, it's about.
You're feeling pressure now.
No, he knows. That we worked in the past. We worked together, so he knows. I'm the kind of person who tells it straight as it is, and players respond to that well. When you're fair in your picking players, when a senior player is not up to his 100%, and there's a younger one who's at 100%, we need to win the game. So you take the younger one who's at 100%. Where do you have a good leader? He can push him to the next level. Yeah. We've unveiled almost 7 very good players this weekend.
I had 3 questions even as we wind up. First things first, I'm curious to know what sort of relationship you have with the players. Do they consider you the
master coach?
there. Brother, how does that work? Secondly, I wanted you to talk about grassroots development moving forward. If everything goes as planned, what's your plan to tap beyond the 7 players that you got this weekend? And finally, I want to know your social media handles.
Right.
The conversation can continue even after the show.
Yes.
If you are on social media.
Oh yes, I'm on social media. I'm just poor at it. Andrew is just as poor as I am. my Twitter is at Ben Ahimba.
Ben Ahimba. That's your handle.
Yes, that's it's called a handle.
Yes.
Actually, I don't even know what it's called.
Yes.
Ben Ahimba. I rarely use it.
There you go.
I think it's called a handle.
I don't know at what point you handle it, but again, if you say so.
Andrew, are you on?
I'm on Twitter. My Twitter handle is Noel Opesi.
Noel Opesi. Wow, okay, I didn't have known that. Frank?
Yeah, I'm also on Twitter. My handle is at Frank Wanyama.
Frank Wanyama.
No.
Good. The other two questions I asked you.
The question about grassroots. My sister and I have been very good with grassroots. I've had a hiatus for 3 seasons now.
Yes.
That's 4 years. In my other life, I usually do a lot of running about, looking for new talents, going to schools. Lucky my son now is playing for his school, so I've got to go to most of the school tournaments. Paul Murunga, very good development guy. As we speak today, we've got a group of 8 under 14s who are already under our watch. So, and we've got now a pool of 35, including the injured players, plus who we found this week. So it's just really getting the resources. And our sponsors, Kenyans, have been very good to us as well. So that we're able to keep guys in touch. And that is going to help us grow. Once you have a big pool, then it can work.
Okay.
The last one was?
Yeah, is your style disciplinary? Is your style friendly? How you relate?
My style is...
And I'm looking at their faces.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they look down. They're just looking down.
My style is very friendly, extremely friendly. We have...
You don't look it though.
No, yes. Yeah.
You look like
You look like utafanya ama
when you cross that white chalk, we don't discuss anything else except winning that game. That is how we do it. And
well, it's expected. When you think about it, if you're going to cross that chalk, that white chalk,
and I give you a high five for whatever you've been doing on the field, be sure that in 5 minutes I'll be somebody else when you get to the bus, or to the hotel, and wherever else we go. Some people can't recognize me in that capacity.
In that zone. All right, we're coming to the end of the Power Breakfast show this morning, and I just have to ask you, the Rugby World Cup is taking place. Who are you guys rooting for?
Oh my gosh, of course.
I was saying initially, before Andrew speaks about his team, the Rugby World Cup, Australia have been preparing for the Rugby World Cup. New Zealand have been wanting to stamp the authority in the Rugby World Cup. However, there's Ireland who've been hungry for the Rugby World Cup. Yeah. So you saw what Ireland did yesterday.
Yes.
You saw what
Australia did
to England. Yes. But you see, England wanted that on themselves. How do you ridicule the haka? How do you ridicule the haka and doing a hakarena? You seen that?
Yes.
It's actually a curse. Did you know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the haka is a spiritual thing.
Oh, yeah, it's a spiritual dance. Yes.
Yeah, it's not just a dance.
I think if you don't understand something, leave it alone.
Yes, just leave it.
Forget about it.
I don't think that because you come from Europe where you don't have any culture, that you can ridicule other people's culture.
True.
That is, it's very, those guys.
I'm hoping the British High Commissioner is watching this.
Yeah, you don't just. Yeah.
But back to the question: who are you rooting for?
Ireland.
New Zealand.
Of course, New Zealand.
South Africa going all the way to
South Africa.
Oh, South Africa, really?
The box.
the box.
You think you have a chance?
We lost
that's what I was going to ask.
We lost it, but that was the pool game which we lost, and we're not losing any other game.
Benjamin, do you think you guys are taking it?
Sorry?
Benjamin, you guys are taking it?
Irish?
Yeah.
Yes, the Irish have a good chance. I used to be an All Black fan.
Then what happened?
It's too easy. It's too easy for them.
Okay.
I just support them.
Okay.
Support an underdog.
Yes. No, but Ireland have been working really hard, to be honest. In the Six Nations, they played really well.
I know we have not. If Kenya had qualified, remember we were this close.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. How far would we? Andrew, I know you want to. You look like you want to say something about that.
I want to say something about the Irish. You're talking about they're getting there. They're not sure if they're going to win it, but they're talking about the All Blacks. These guys have been playing fantastic rugby all year. Nothing is going to stop.
Yes.
I'm very sure they're going to win the World Cup.
About Kenya, our 15th side. If we had made it to the Rugby World Cup, how far would we have?
That would have
what Namibia is
that would have been good enough for me. Even if you're talking 100, it starts at that one point.
Yes.
The younger guys would have been hungrier to get to the World Cup.
Agreed.
And it goes over and over again.
It's a cycle.
Namibia don't even have a league in the country. All those players play outside. They don't even have a league.
So we are at an advantage because we have some sort of
Huge
structures
advantage.
here.
Once you get the structures done, and we just do rugby, you know, we leave politics to the parliament. We will get there.
Well, that's now your task.
Yes, it is my task.
Yeah.
But I think, especially because then we have to play well.
I think we send a message to rugby stakeholders. Politics stays in parliament.
True.
I like
True.
that.
And it's his task as well. It's Benjamin Ayimba's task now because you have to take us to the next level, and if you don't, then we come for your neck.
And my neck is always ready to be taken out.
Pressure is on you. What has changed since you were last coach, apart from the hair? Kidogo naona kala imeanza
the hair is white because God is seeing me better. From up there. Nabu, we have a long way to go, man.
God is
still not seeing you as clearly.
He's seeing me because
the week is a bit.
It's very easy to
again, guys, God has been brilliant. And
your family?
The family, big on family. And my team has gone back into the spiritual. We go to church and we have Sitam who's our chaplains, and we go to church as a group every Sunday morning.
Okay.
So that is really giving us a lot of strength.
Good. Okay. Good. Arsenal fans were really praying yesterday. I think you saw the pictures going around, and it seems to have worked for them.
Guys, we've come to the end of the Power Breakfast Show. You know, if we sit here,
we'll talk forever.
We'll talk forever. No. If we sit here, we'll talk forever. So I think it's only right for us.
Bring sanity.
To end the show. Yeah, I'm the only one who can do this. So please come down. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and we only wish you the best. I want us to go back to that point where we were all very proud of rugby, even if we didn't know what was going on. We just loved being there. But we just loved being there. That's what we want to go back to. Yeah, so we wish you all the best as you pursue that. And we're coming to the end of the Power Breakfast Show. On behalf of everyone who makes this show a success, I want to wish you a fantastic Monday, a great week ahead. Monday football.
Yes. FKF presidential debate right here from 1:30. So, mark that. If you are going to work right now, get off at 1, find a place to sit and relax.
Can get at 1:30. Get off at 1:30.
Yeah, get off at 1:30. We begin talking about the future of football, and we're relying on your questions as well to our candidates who will be joining us right here. So that's actually what we're going to prepare for right now.
Interesting conversation, so you have to stay tuned for that. But on behalf of everyone, like I was saying, want to wish you a fantastic day. And remember, successful people do not look like Manchester United today.
I will have to say, and my name is Elizabeth, reminding you as always that successful people look like you and Manchester United.
Not for today. Not for today.
The of
not for today. Can you say Arsenal? Can you say Arsenal?
No.
Say Arsenal. For today, say Arsenal.
Look like
Arsenal won yesterday, not today.
And Moran, guys.
Yeah,
Shuja
and Moran.
And Arsenal.
Losing it.
Yeah,
you just have stars next to you.
Yeah, I know.
Successful people look like Shuja, Moran,
and Arsenal,
and Ayimba.
Have a great week. We take you over to our band.
Bye-bye.